Hi, this is Group 55. Our topic today is about wearable smart devices. We have four sections, including the introduction, the related technologies, applications, and evaluation. First, let's discuss what are wearable smart devices. We have some common examples like smartwatch, fitness trackers, and smart eyewear. As we know, smartwatch is actually a kind of wearable computer in the form of a wristwatch. It has functions like Bluetooth connectivity, calculation, and game. Fitness trackers, however, make use of the sensor technology, and it keeps track of the wearer's fitness-related metrics such as calorie consumed and sleep quality. As to smart eyewear or smart glasses, it's a kind of optical head-mounted device. We know that in its applications with the technology of AR or VR is very popular in the gaming field today. Formally, according to International Electrotechnical Commission, the definition of wearable smart devices is electronic devices and components intended to be near on or in an organism that have an intelligent functionality and may be a part of an intelligent system via connectivity. Actually, the history of wearable devices can date back to the 15th century when the first wristwatch was invented. And then in the 17th century, we have the Chinese abacus rings. Some people even argue that it was the first wearable computer in the world. In the late 1990s, we have the first Bluetooth headset. Today, the wearable devices are totally different from what they were before, and we will later discuss in detail some amazing products we have today. Now, let's look at the statistics which show that people have a rapidly increasing interest in the field of wearable devices. In 2014, the worldwide annual shipment was only 19.6 million units, and then it rose to 45 million in the next year. And then in 2016, the data even doubled again. It is also forecasted that the total revenue would have a considerable increasing trend in the next 10 years.
Then I'm gonna show you the related technologies. In the design process of smart wire, many technologies are applied, such as GPS, sensor, virtual reality. Considering of the time, I'm gonna only introduce two technologies here: sensor and Internet of Things. Sensor can be divided into three categories: sensors in nature, chemical sensor, and biosensors. The most commonly used sensors belong to the first category, such as pressure sensor. The second technology I'm going to introduce is the Internet of Things. It can be used in various fields, such as medical field, security field, and it can be combined with many technologies. For example, when it combines with mobile internet, it can promote the development of the smart home system and smart wire. Actually, sensor is a kind of detecting device that can sense the information and transform it into electrical signal or other form and then output it. It generally consists of four parts. The sensitive component directly senses the mirror data and outputs a physical signal. Then the physical signal is converted into electrical signal by conversion component and amplified and modulated by conversion circuit. The conversion process requires a power to support. Then talk about the Internet of Things. Simply put, all things that can be identified could exchange messages and communicate with each other without human intervention. For example, I can use my smartphone to remotely control the appliance at home, fax machines in the office, the camera orientation, and set up the navigation in the car. From the perspective of technical architecture, it can be divided into three layers. The perception layer consists of various sensors and its gateways, just as the nerve endings of the human's ear, nose, throat, and skin. The network layer consists of various networks, cloud computing platforms, and so on, as like the human the nerve center and brain. The application layer is just the interface between the Internet of Things and users.
And I will continue with introducing some popular applications of wearable devices. In terms of who is using wearable devices, individuals use them to keep fit, play games, or monitor their health information, while companies use wearable devices to provide better customer experiences and increase their revenue. For the reason why people use wearable devices, some people use them to stay healthy, some people use them for entertainment purposes, and others use them to keep up with the fashion. As for the relationship between health and wearable devices, people use sensors to collect user health data and transmit them to a cloud server. Then we can analyze them to keep tracking of the health state of users. Examples such as Apple Watch 3, which is playing a dominant role in the market, and Fitbit is also very popular in the fitness area. As for the relationship between wearable devices and entertainment, wearable devices are creating new ways of experiencing digital media. IT companies are applying new technologies on games, and wearable devices are also bringing passions to gaming industry. Traditional game company Atari is introducing its speaker hat, which aims at enabling multiple users listening to a single stream in perfect synchronization. While many VR games are emerging in PS4 platform, such as the Beat Saber game presented on the screen. In terms of fashions, wearable devices is also changing the way people learn about fashions. Once wearable devices are not corrected with fashion element, however, they are quickly growing to meet fashion standards through the production of garments that are stylish and comfortable. Examples such as shiftwear sneaker, which allows people to change the color of their shoes with a mobile app, and the water dress, which is made by smart fabric, appears in the fashion show and it is becoming more and more popular.
Now it's time for me to talk about the evaluation. First is challenges. Challenges contains energy consumption, reliability, and lack of enthusiasm. Energy consumption has two aspects: battery challenges. It's hard to provide a steady power, and frequent replacement and constant recharge can bring inconvenience. And the next is cooling challenge. Cooling challenge because of the size of the wearable devices, so it may produce a large amount of heat. Reliability because complex situations, it is hard for us to get accuracy of data and the identification of complex disease conditions. As we all know, a little error can be life-threatening. Wearable devices are fashion choices in the short run, but in the long run, people may have no instinct motivations, so it also can be a challenge. The next is the hidden dangers. First, I will talk about the private privacy. Human see physiology sensors embedded in wearable devices, which can keep track of heart rate, blood pressure, and other personal health data. This is really a big threat to users. And also, the leakage of cloud privacy data may cause damage to the users. And I will show the examples, the Google Glass and the privacy sectors in the table. Now I will talk about the cyber attack. Because of the wireless transmission of data, hackers can attack the medical devices, and also they can access the control system of intelligent cars. Final one is stolen call data. The hackers also can access the government, military, and enterprises. For example, they can access the line and the office network is paralyzed. Future expectation, we will talk about four aspects. The first is the medical area. Capture and analyze human health and physical conditions. The second is the personalized clothing. Sensors in the personalized clothing help to later better fitness and exercise. Gesture. Human-computer interaction interface based on gesture replaces complex machine operations. The final one is authentication. Wearable devices can provide unique signatures. Verification service for users such as heart rate, which can be used for authentication. This is the references. Thank you for your watching.